Hey, what's up everyone? Sam here. So some sports are legitimately dangerous. For example, extreme sports such as free climbing, base jumping and more. These sports are dangerous simply because if something goes wrong, there's a thin line between life and death. However, some of the more tame sports can have tragic accidents too. So in this list, I'll be showing you 5 sporting deaths that were caught on camera. Number 5. Benny the Kid Paret. Cuban boxer Benny the Kid Paret won the welterweight championship in 1960. He was a gifted boxer and an all-round great fighter. In his first title defense against Emile Griffith, he was knocked out in the 13th round. The two had a rematch which ultimately ended in Griffith beating Paret to death. In the 12th round, Griffith managed to get Paret into the corner. Paret's arms were tangled within the ropes as Griffith unleashed 24 punches to his head. The referee finally stopped the fight, but Paret was well and truly knocked out. So much so that when he was sent to hospital, he simply never woke up. 10 days later, Paret sadly passed away from his injuries. Number 4. Nick Zorgish. Canadian skier Nick Zorgish finished at number 8 in the World Championships in 2011. He was a gifted skier, having skied for most of his life. In 2012, he was competing in the World Cup in Switzerland. On the last jump of the race, Nick lost control and went slightly wide. He crashed hard into the safety netting, designed for that exact situation.
Jobbar upp fart, det ska väl inte riktigt gå. Zorgic är en stor åkare. Det oj! Zorgic chansar, går rätt in, oj.
However, during the crash, he suffered a big hit to his head, and in the video you can clearly see his lifeless body roll to a halt. He was airlifted to hospital but died not long after. The cause of death was found to be a blunt force to the head. Number 3. James Morgan. James Morgan was an American bobsledder who competed in the 1976 Olympics. Fast forward 5 years and James was competing for the FIBT World Bobsled Championships in Italy. Little did he know that this would be the last time he would participate in the sport he loves. The conditions of the track were not good. Due to the warm climate, some of the ice was melting. This caused the wood that made up the track to be exposed. As James and his team bombed it around the corners at high speeds, the bobsled flipped over.
Get off the finish. Oh, Same thing as USA 1. Thank God they did it in the finish and not up top though, Bill.
1:15.11, 3:43.87, and they took really a hard wallop.
James was driving the bobsled, therefore he was at the front. When the bobsled flipped, James smashed his head against the wall. He was quickly rushed to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Number 2. Gordon Smiley. Gordon Smiley was an American race car driver. He sadly lost his life in 1982 during a race where he crashed nose first into a wall at nearly 200 miles per hour. At those speeds, there's very little anyone can do to come out alive. Gordon's car broke apart and exploded instantly upon impact. One of the first people on scene was medical director Steve Olvey. He describes the horror he witnessed in great detail. The impact was so great that Gordon's helmet was ripped off. The top of his skull was nowhere to be seen, and his brains were scattered out on the track. Nearly every bone in his body was shattered, and a large chunk was ripped out from the side of his body. The trauma was unlike anything Steve Olvey had ever seen. However, with the injuries that Gordon had, it's safe to say that his death would have at least been pretty instant. Number 1. Dwayne Weston. Dwayne Weston was a skydiver and base jumper. He was also one of the innovators of wingsuit flying. Highly respected in his field, he was no amateur, having even invented numerous acrobatic moves whilst in the air. In 2003, during a base jumping tournament in Colorado, Dwayne and a fellow skydiver set out to perform a stunt. Dwayne was meant to fly over the Royal Gorge Bridge while the other skydiver was meant to fly under it. As Dwayne approached, he must have miscalculated his position, as he ended up slamming into the railings of the bridge at over 90 miles per hour.
Whoa!
Spectators screamed in horror. Dwayne's leg was severed off and his lifeless body fell almost 300 feet down onto the rock bed below. It was clear to everyone that Dwayne would have died instantly from such an impact. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting, please do give it a big thumbs up as it does help me out loads. Also leave a comment below of what kind of list videos you'd like to see next. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All my links should be on screen and in the description below. But once again guys, thank you for watching, and until next time, feed your mind.